Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Cassandra Rios, and I will be doing a 5-minute video lecture about homicide cases in Puerto Rico and their correlation to drug violence and social disorganization theory. To begin, Puerto Rico, also known as the Commonwealth of Puerto Rico, is an unincorporated territory of the United States of America and has half the per capita income of America's lowest income state, Mississippi. Puerto Rico is divided into 78 municipalities, which are equivalent to counties. These municipalities are divided into 901 geographical sections, also known as barrios. Throughout the island, there are 71 districts, 34 precincts, and 13 highway patrol areas, which is kind of ridiculous because based on the crime levels and the amount of government officials, it doesn't amount. There's a disadvantage. There's more crimes occurring than there is government officials in the island. Furthermore, Puerto Rico continues to suffer from economic instability, lack of government cohesion, corruption, drug crimes, gun violence, and other criminal behaviors. This island's customs, geography, politics, legal system, and economics as social issues are major contributors to the proliferation of crimes and reckless behavior in the island. Therefore, the neighborhood characteristics of Puerto Rico are ideal to describe social disorganization theory, as the island lacks behavioral control mechanisms and it continues to transmit through cultural transmission deviant values to its residents. However, we will focus on the two major cities that were found to have the most homicides, which were San Juan and Bayamon. Throughout a 5-year period from 2012 through 2016, San Juan had 661 homicide cases and Bayamon had 196 cases of homicides. San Juan, which is the capital of Puerto Rico, was previously known as Puerto Rico and then became San Juan, and it serves as a main port. San Juan is the most dangerous and has the most crime-ridden areas, such as La Perla or the slum. La Perla in the 19th century used to be a slaughterhouse, then it grew to be a home for the farm workers and squatters. In modern days, government officials have neglected this area in hopes that the residents will let the land develop. However, this policy did the opposite. It encouraged the area to be crime-driven. And according to researchers and scholars, La Perla has a multi-million-dollar business in narcotics. Similarly, Bayamon, which is located also in the urban area, has many housing projects. And in these housing projects, there is an individual outside in front with a two-way radio to inform the drug lords who's coming in and out. Therefore, also, government officials have neglected these areas as they fear for their lives. They can't go in the area incognito and expect that they come out alive, just because the drug and gun violence over there, there's a lot of gun trafficking as well. However, what we could see is that San Juan and Bayamon are two major cities that explain social disorganization, and that there is a lack of structure, lack of government officials, and there's a lot of corruption. So what would be my recommendations, my policy recommendations for this issue? Would be, we need to focus on anti-drug trafficking efforts as well as gun violence. Recently, the budget that used to go to the police department was funded to the fire stations, which does not make sense. You're basically telling our police officers that they're not worthy, so they don't have any motivation to go out there and risk their lives to fight these crimes, as their lives are at risk every day. This is basically just a little bit of information, a little bit of background, so you guys can understand what's going on in Puerto Rico in regards to homicides, the territory, what's going around, and what can be done to better our crisis here. Also, I would have loved to be able to talk a little bit more about recent years. However, there's no data, and there is papers out there and news saying that currently there has been an increase in homicides since the natural disaster, the Hurricane Maria that happened in 2017 in September. So I would love to continue my studies and be able to share in another lecture recently new data. Thank you very much, and I hope you enjoy my lecture.